Hi there and welcome to day 3 of our detox challenge. Just going to have you lay down to begin with. You can lie with your legs straight or your knees bent with your feet flat on the floor if that feels nicer for your back. So a little bit of a slower practice today, not quite so much jumping around, but still a lot of mindful movement from center to really get the metabolism boosted and the digestive fire burning brightly. See if you can completely relax and surrender into the floor. And begin to focus on your breath. On your inhale, feel your breath move beneath your hands, all the way down to the bowl of the pelvis. And on your exhalation, draw the pelvic diaphragm in and up, scoop the navel to the spine. And then as you inhale, relax everything. Allow the breath to wash around the pelvis. And on your exhalation, squeezing in and up. Take a couple more breaths like that. And slowly preparing to move. You can flutter your eyes open.
Okay, let's go. So we're going to start to move a little bit more now. So you're going to draw your knees into your chest, hold on to the backs of your thighs, rock up and down the spine if that feels good. If that doesn't, just rock up to sit straight away. And then you're going to plant your feet down and maybe draw it forwards into a very soft forward fold. If it's not available to get there like that, then you can arrive in this position however you like to. So I would caution you against overstretching the hamstrings especially before you're really warm, because that can kind of stop the body opening up effectively. So we're going to stay really gentle here for a moment. Okay, I'm going to start to press into my feet and then slide my fingertips up onto my shins so I can get super long through the spine, and then take the shoulders away from the ears. There is a drawing of the navel up towards the spine. The sit bones are spreading a little bit. Take a deep breath here, and on your exhalation, plant your fingertips down. So the fingertips are super active as you roll down to the ring of the palm, and just rest the heel of the hand really gently on the floor. Then I'm going to step back into a downward facing dog. So again here, not to jam our body into position, but to be a little bit more fluid to begin with. So I just want you to move around in whatever way feels good. Just reaching into all the far corners of the body. And then coming back to center when you're ready. So you want to really hold center here. I'm going to start to turn my toes to the left and my heels to the right, so the feet end up in one straight line. I'm going to keep lifting the belly, and then back to center and pivot to the other side. So you can stay with this, right? That's totally great. Keep holding center as you move. Or you can lift this hand up to half namaste or fingertips to the ceiling, right? See how that feels. Last one. And back to center. Okay, I'm going to pick the right foot up. I'm going to bend the elbows, bend the standing leg, and draw the knee in towards my nose. Shoulders over the wrist, press down into the hands, and see if you can lift the hips really high, and then step that foot between the hands. You drop the back knee down to the mat. Here I'm going to come up onto my fingertips, inhale and get really long through the spine, and then as I exhale I'm going to pull the abdominals back. So I'm always moving first from this area, right, creating a nice foundation with whatever is on the floor, and then drawing that into center. So there's a integration there that's really important. Okay, from here I'm going to take fingertips to the ceiling and then draw the palms together. So to keep this length in the spine as you begin to turn to your right, and then you're going to hook your left elbow either to the outside of the knee or the thigh. And then as you inhale, a nice deep breath as you lengthen the spine and lift the belly. And then as you exhale, you're going to turn a little bit. So keep pressing into the front foot, so again the gateway of this hip stays open. Every inhale, lifting the belly, lengthening the spine, and every exhale, squeezing the breath up from the pelvic diaphragm and higher. Good, last breath there. And then release, bring your hands back down, fingertips, palms. Pick up the back knee and then scoop the right knee in and then all the way up to the ceiling. Okay, here we're going to inhale. On the exhalation, you're going to draw your knee in and see if you can touch your right upper arm. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee in towards your nose, see if you can touch your knee to your nose. Inhale, press it back, and then exhale, right knee to left upper arm, see if you can touch. And then inhale, stretch it all the way up. Shake out the leg a little bit, and then place it back down. Good, walk it out. Inhale, take the left foot to the ceiling. Exhale, scoop the knee in towards the nose. You're going to lift the hips. And then step the left foot between the hands. Come up onto your fingertips as you drop your right knee down. Inhale, loads of length through the spine. Exhale, pick yourself up from your abdominals as you come up. Inhale to the ceiling. Exhale, palms at your heart. You're going to twist. Taking the right elbow to the outside of the left knee or thigh. And here we'll inhale, get really long. And on your exhalation, squeeze and lift from the belly as you turn. Couple of breaths there. So inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, squeezing from the belly and turn. Last breath. Inhale. Exhale and turn. Good. Inhale. Exhale, release. Fingertips, palms down. Pick the back knee up, hug the left foot in, and then stretch that foot to the ceiling. Okay, nice deep breath in here. On your exhalation, scoop your left knee towards your left upper arm. See if you can hold it there. Inhale, press it back. Exhale, knee in towards your nose. See if you can touch. Inhale, press it back, and then exhale, knee towards your right upper arm, touch. Good, inhale, stretch it up, take that leg out, and back to downward facing dog. Walk that out. Okay, walk your feet together behind you. On my inhalation, I'm going to bend my elbows as if I'm going to touch the elbows down to the floor and bend my knees. On my exhale, I'm picking the breath up, squeezing in and up. I'm going to straighten everything so that my shoulders come over my wrists, coming right up onto my toes. Inhale, press it back. So these are what I call rocket ships. So you're about to launch, but you're not really going anywhere yet. Okay, last one. Whew. And then this time, you can either step your feet towards your hands, or you can bend, inhale, and on your exhalation, take a little hop. Land lightly on your feet if you can, and then begin to straighten your legs, but not all the way, and separate your feet hip distance apart. So again, just keeping the knees bent if you need to. We're going to inhale, begin to straighten the legs, lengthen the spine, pick the front of the pelvis in and up, pick the belly in and up as you look forwards with your eyes at the center of your heart. Take a deep breath in here, and on your exhalation, bend your knees and literally just melt over your legs. A few more like that. So inhaling, picking the front front of the pelvis and the belly up. Exhaling, release, neutralize. Inhale, lengthen, last time. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Okay, from there, you're going to bend the knees a bit more and then start to bring your hands up onto the tops of the thighs. You're going to press into your hands to start to straighten your arms and then hold it there. So what I want us to see here is the front of the pelvis, the belly moving in and up, the lower back moving in and up, and then a tuck of the tailbone. See if you can maintain that as you begin to lengthen the spine. Take the elbows out and then stretch the arms out on a diagonal. So feel really open here. I'm going to turn to face forward so that you can see me. So here in chair pose or fierce pose, we're going to continue to take the hip creases back so that it's not the knees that jut forwards. And we'll take this into a little bit of a twist. So we're going to inhale here at center. On the exhalation, palms to your heart. You're going to take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee or thigh. Inhale back to center, reach. Exhale over to the other side. Inhale, reach. So as you do this, keep a little eye on your knees and make sure that they stay in a straight line as much as possible. Keep the bend of the knees if you can. If you need to straighten your legs when you come up, that's totally fine. But as you sit down, take the hip creases back. Let's do a couple more. Little bit faster. Breathing out as you turn. Last one. Cool, as you come up, straighten the legs and just circle the shoulders out, shake out the arms. Okay, we're going to do that one more time, but we're going to start to jump in between a little bit. So this will be like super stimulating for your metabolism and for your breath. So let's go. All right, so we're back in this position, fierce chair pose, taking the hip creases back, palms together at the center of the chest. Okay, so I'm inhaling, reaching, exhaling, turn. As I come back to center this time, I'm going to jump. So it's the same thing. As you land, send the hip creases back straight away and your sit bones wide. And if you can't touch your elbow to the outside of your knee, no problem. Just do what you can. Let's do a few more. Breathe out through your mouth if you need to. Last one. Shake it out. Alright, take a deep breath in. Arm of the heart. On your exhalation, bend your knees and fold. Breathe that. Awesome. Alright. Fingertips to your shins. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Look forward with your eyes, with your heart. Exhale, let your abdomen, let your belly draw you in and up. Elbows to the ceiling as you reach. Exhaling all the way back down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step it back. Downward facing dog. Awesome. Okay, from there you're going to bring your knees down. Big toes together. And sit back onto your heels. Okay, come up onto your knees. If your knees feel sensitive on the floor, feel free to get a towel or a blanket and place it underneath your knees. And then tuck your toes. So what I'm going to do is I inhale, I'm going to start to sit back as if I'm going to sit onto my heels, but not all the way. And as I go back, I'm going to send my sit bones wide, so a little bit like a Y. And then on the exhalation, I'm going to tuck the tailbone first, and then scoop the pelvis and the belly forwards. So it goes inhale, press back, exhale, tuck, draw back to center. So you should really feel this in center, the kind of psoas action, sides of the belly action, and the front of the thighs. Let's try it a few more times. So inhaling back and out, exhaling, scooping forwards. Inhale back and out, exhale, tuck first, and then forwards. So it looks simple, but it should feel like quite a lot of work, especially for the front of the thighs and the belly. One more time. And then this time, you're going to hold it there. Bring your hands onto your back so that actually your fingertips are facing the floor. And you're going to take your shoulders back, open up through the center of the chest. And then start to take the sternum, the center of the chest, towards the ceiling. And then see if you can just allow the shoulders to go back. Don't drop your head all the way back. And breathe, just creating some openness around the heart. Keep holding center so you're not just dumping into your lower back. Good, and then come forward. Keep the tuck of the toes and sit back onto your heels for a moment. If that feels really uncomfortable, feel free to point the toes. Awesome. Okay, palms down. I'm going to pick your knees up. Find your downward facing dog. Begin to walk the feet out. Okay, I'm going to take some little steps to get to the top of my mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, let your abdominals carry up. Inhale, elbows, fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, to turn and face you. And separate your feet up 3 foot apart. And then turn your heels in and your toes out. So you want your toes to be pointing in the same direction as your knees there. Okay, from here you're going to begin to sit down. Find the tuck of the tailbone as the front of the pelvis lifts and keep your awareness here. Keep the legs pretty still here and then start to wave a little bit through the upper body. And you can do whatever you like with your hands, really. Maybe you roll the shoulders out. Good. Okay, elbows and fingertips to the ceiling. This will be our inhale. On the exhale, going to exhale through your mouth. Ha! Fist of fire to your waist. Ha! 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 Keep the bend in the legs. And then stretch the arms out. Take one arm over the other, it doesn't matter which one. Going to ego wrap your hands, either back of the hands together or palms together. Inhale, fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, wave it down. Inhale all the way up through center. Keep that bend in the knees. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale back, unwrap the arms, keep the bend of the knees if you can, and then wrap the arms the other way. Inhale, fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale at center, exhale. Inhale at center, exhale. Place the fingertips down, turn the toes forwards, and start to take that side to side. Beautiful. Okay, from here, coming all the way back up, inhaling, exhaling, pulling up from the belly, take the heels in again, interlace the fingers apart from the index fingers. We're going to inhale here, exhale, sit down a little bit, taking the hip creases back. Inhale, center, exhale a little bit lower. Inhale, exhale. If this is tough on your knees, don't do it. Okay, there are lots of parts of the body that we do need to stress and strain to make stronger, but the knees are not one of those parts. Okay, last one. And release the arms. Turn the toes to face forwards and shake it out a little bit. Good. Okay, come down to sit. Draw the soles of the feet together. So we want this sequence to be short and concise so that we can get on with our day and our festive partying and all the good food and drinks that we've got at this time of year. But we'll take a moment just to wind down. So here you can continue to hold your feet and lengthen the spine, or you might want to walk your fingertips out in front of you. And if you do, again, this doesn't have to be a static place because everybody has completely different areas of tension. So you can work on finding yours, finding something that feels good for you. Awesome. And then find somewhere that you can relax. So again, it might just be here. You might be here. Maybe you can rest your head down onto your hands, onto your fists, or a block or something, or even just relaxing the shoulders and letting the head hang. Still here, working with the breath, so as I inhale, I'm going to get long through the spine, and on the exhale, I'm going to pour. Inhale, energizes. Exhaling, surrendering to gravity. And again, maybe a little wave-like movement there, feels good. Okay, as you inhale now, we'll get long and exhale. Come back to center. Hug your knees in, and then you're going to come down onto your back. And just hug your knees in for the last time. Big toes together, big circles, and it doesn't have to be uniform in any way. I just want you to see if you can really massage out the lower back, the SI joints, and even into the glutes here as you roll around. And again, if you find somewhere that feels particularly uncomfortable for you or feels like it needs a little bit more attention, you can hold it there. Right? This is not about super advanced workout or super advanced yoga poses. It's just being a little bit more aware of our body and rocking what we can rock today in lots of different ways. Okay, we'll inhale here, and on our exhalation, just pick your forehead up towards your knees and curl up in a little ball. Stretch your arms out, bring your knees over your hips. I'm going to inhale here. On my exhalation, draw the knees over to the right, not quite touching the floor. Inhale back to center. Exhale, working with the breath. Over to the left. You might want to turn your head in the opposite direction to your knees. And do this as slowly as feels good for you. You might want to take a couple of breaths to drop your knees over to the side. And when it feels appropriate for you, you're going to come back to center and stretch your legs out. So if you stretch your legs out and you immediately feel like there's something uncomfortable or jamming into your lower back, you can try bending your legs, lifting your hips and tucking your tailbone so that the sacrum is flattened out on the floor before you straighten your legs. And if that still doesn't work, you can do it a couple of times. Feel free just to keep the bend of the knees and drop the knees in towards one another. If we were staying here longer, I would say to get something to put underneath the backs of your thighs, but we're only here for a couple of minutes because we've got stuff to do. So however you choose to be, have your feet wider than your hips and just begin to completely surrender into the floor. Take a moment just to get all your little fidgets out and honor any craving of movement that your body might have. And then see if you can just let go of the sensations of the body and come back to your breath. When you're ready to move, move first from the fingertips and the toes, and then move the hips around, the shoulders around, the head around a little bit. We'll take a huge stretch, and then as you relax your arms, bend your knees, hug onto the backs of the thighs. Rock that out if you want to. And then roll all the way onto your right side. Press the floor away from you as you come up. And just find a comfortable seat for a moment. And when you're ready, you can begin to flutter your eyes open. Draw your palms together at the center of your chest. Take a deep breath in, and on your exhalation, bow your head to your heart. Honoring yourself. And then let's make fists and draw the fists into the belly, just to remember all the work that we've done and to keep this work of being positively self-centered and keeping the metabolism and the digestive fire strong. Take a deep breath in there, and on your exhalation, bow a little bit. Namaste.